guys, I got another strat video for you. This one's again with Kali, and I like to spawn on the river docks pretty much every time on this map because I know exactly where to be looking. There's only, you know, a couple spots you really have to watch and not get spawn killed from. So we'll spawn in here, make my way up, and the first thing I do is take out this camera, and then I watch right here on this window. And then eventually, if nobody's there, I peek over to this door. If no one's there, I roll on over. I have a quick peek on this window, make sure nobody's on that. And then I set a claymore here, just in case anybody jumps out, they're going to get killed. So then I shoot through here, and you can either just sit down here and ADS all the way here, and this is a nice angle. But you can't really get as much of an angle as if you're on the window. But this is, you know, sometimes sufficient to get a quick kill early on. You just open that up and then you stare right through here, and oftentimes you'll see somebody just sitting right here or off to the left there or something, you know, somebody's holding heaven. And so you can get an easy pick there like that. If that's not working for you after, you know, 20-30 seconds, nobody's showing up, you know, you come up here. If no one's done the hatches yet, pop them hatches, easy. Pop a reload down. And then from here you have a couple decisions to make. You could try and bait that spot again. Basically you just come over here, you open up that window, and then you get out of dodge and you go right back to your spot over here hanging on this window. And they're not going to expect you to come back to this spot like that. They're going to peek it a few times and be like, oh, he's not there anymore. And then you're going to come back and you're just going to try and get another free pick here, or try and get a free pick there. And if that's still not working out, what I like to do a lot of times is I'll either drone this out, make sure nobody's in cigar, pop this, and then you just come down and you're staring cigar. The smoke's going to cover you for a second. People probably aren't going to want to sit there because you've opened this window and you've been creating pressure right here the whole time. So they're going to be a little bit nervous to peek that. This is usually going to be reinforced. You're going to come over like this. You're going to keep watching there. And then if nobody seems to be peeking you there, you've droned it out and everything, you're going to come have a little peek-ski over here. Now what you can also do is there's a nice little spot here. You could just open that up and stare right into the freezer area and potentially get another pick there. And then if you know you're still good, then you come over here. You can fire a couple shots through here. Make sure nobody's sitting in obvious places. Sometimes you get wall bangs like that. And then you can come on over here, and usually there's head holes here. You know, you could try and get a pick there as well. If that's still not working, you're still outnumbered and stuff. You can come on over to here, watch through here, there's usually a rotate, watch through here, there's usually a rotate, and you're just waiting to try and get picks, man, and as soon as you drop those picks, you're good, dude. You know, you can drop a claymore, if you have bomb, you can plant it down, you pretty much got control at that point. And another thing you guys can do, if that's not your style, is after you've opened up this window, you could come and you could place a claymore here, or probably here, just so the lasers, you know, they're going to get hit by it if they run out. And then you can just come up to these windows. You can probably just sit on this window here and try and get a pick through this rotate. Usually there's going to be somebody playing on your right here, so you got to kind of be careful that you don't get picked from there. They can jump up on top there and surprise you. So just make sure that you're watching that if you're going to come on over here. Sometimes you can get some free picks right here. If you just come up quiet, you know, you could even do this. So on that window there, you could just shoot a tiny little spot out and then look through it. And that's going to create a lot less attention. Maybe they won't see you right away, and you're just going to be able to sit there and peek somebody. And this thing will just pretty much one-shot most people. So, you know, you're going to put them down, and then you just shoot them again, right? So that's pretty much it, man. That's Kali's bread and butter on Cafe Dostoyevsky.